Pokémon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee look like very promising titles coming to the Nintendo Switch and are what I expect to be the start of a new era of Pokémon games. As usual, there's just as much question as to whether these games will be good as there is hype for them. With the new trailers that were dropped on Wednesday, July 12th, we got lots of new information on some of the unanswered aspects of these games. I decided to make a video today rounding up all the information we learned. I hope you all enjoy. For the first topic of our video, I'm going to be talking about Ride Pokémon. Ride Pokémon were obviously introduced in Sun and Moon, brought back in Ultra Sun and Moon, and will now be in Pokémon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. The only difference this time around is that you'll only be able to ride the Pokémon in your party. So in Sun and Moon you were allowed to ride Charizard to fly, Lapras to surf, etc. This time it'll be the same thing, except you'll be able to do it with other Pokemon, but you have to own them. You have to catch them and they'll have to be in your party. So I guess that's sorta interesting, but it also begs the question of if there will be HMs. I personally don't think there'll be HMs, just because if a Pokemon knows how to surf, it obviously can. So I don't think that there will be any HMs in this game. I guess it just depends on your Pokemon. I'm sure if the Pokemon can learn surf, you'll be able to surf with it, and if it can learn fly, you'll be able to obviously fly with it. And this goes for Rock Smash, Cut, etc. So moving on to the next subject, we're going to be talking about the rival. And sort of what I gathered from the trailer is that with the rival, if you buy Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, your rival is going to have an Eevee and vice versa, of course. Now, I know a lot of people are sort of concerned about the whole friendly rival thing. Honestly, I don't really have a preference. I'll take a friendly rival, or I'll take a standoffish rival. I don't really care either way, but I guess the concern really stems from that if things are going to be too easy battling against him, if he's going to be too hand-holdy, giving you a bunch of items, sort of like in Sun and Moon, Hal gave you a lot of max revives and a lot of stuff like that. Honestly, I don't really have much of a preference, but it's definitely something to think about. The next topic we're going to be talking about is trainer customization. Well, I don't think trainer customization will be as dire as it was in Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon, where you could change your shirt, your pants, your socks, your shoes, stuff like that. I think there will be custom presets like outfits that we'll be able to equip. These outfits will also be able to match with our starter, respected to the version that you choose. Of course, our starters are going to have gender differences, and it's also been confirmed that there's going to be different hairstyles. While I don't think the whole hairstyles thing is too appealing to me, there might be some cool ones. I personally think this is a great idea because it adds some variety to finding items in the overworld. Moving on to our next topic, we know that in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, following Pokemon will return. It's shown in the new trailer that the Pokemon following you will be able to sense items and bring you to them so you can gather them. This obviously also relates to how starter Pokemon's Pikachu and Eevee will wag their tail and tell you when nearby items are around. Moving on, as we've seen, the gym battles are more upscaled and more in a cinematic environment. Usually, you wouldn't have that much, but with the hardware capabilities the Switch provides, it's more zoomed out and you're able to see more of the gym, sort of like they had in the anime. I think that's definitely a cool addition, and it adds to the immersion the game provides. In the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee trailer, we saw a trainer trying to capture a wild Mr. Mime. After missing his throw, the Mr. Mime ran away. We can only assume that as the higher level and rarity of the Pokemon increases, the more difficult it'll be to capture. We also saw Mr. Mime moving around, making a Nana very useful in capturing. I think this is a good feature, seeing as it'll make it a little bit more difficult. Moving on, as we saw in the trailer, the home screen got a complete revamp showcasing a high-definition version of Pikachu. Shortly after, we were shown a save file. There might be a possibility that we have access to more than one save file, but of course that's not confirmed as of now. I personally think there's a good advantage to having more than one save file, adding on to the replayability of these games without the expense of deleting your precious original save file. Moving on to our next point, I'd like to talk about the player running through the herd of Pikachu. While there wasn't any minigame relating to this in Pokemon Yellow, there was a minigame called Pikachu's Beach, where you surfed over the waves to earn points. This might be a new minigame as we were shown a stopwatch in the corner of the screen. This is all speculation of course, but I think it would be a cool addition. In the new trailer, it was also confirmed that we'd be able to battle legendary Pokemon instead of just throwing balls at them. I like this because catching a legendary Pokemon is much more of a hard task than catching any other. This doesn't confirm if it'll be the traditional system of catching, but it's definitely reassuring to see that we'll be able to battle the legendaries before capturing them. As we saw teased towards the end of the second trailer, Jesse and James will be making a dramatic return in Let's Go. As everybody knows, they were featured exclusively in Pokémon Yellow. I know lots of people are excited for these fan favorites to be returning, and it's certainly for good reason. I hope they play a permanent yet silly role throughout the story of Pokémon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Finally, we'll be talking about version exclusives. While the version exclusive Pokémon weren't announced in the Let's Go trailers, they were revealed on Wednesday, July 12th. Interestingly enough, the same version exclusives in Red and Blue will be featured in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. That means Pokémon Let's Go Pikachu will feature Oddish, Sandshrew, and Growlithe, and Pokémon Let's Go Eevee will receive Bellsprout, Meowth, and Vulpix. There are a few missing here and there from Red and Blue, but we don't know whether or not they'll be version exclusives. So, there we have it. I probably missed a couple things here and there, but I think I talked about most of the new information that was recently revealed. Nobody is sure when we'll receive more new info, but I'll be sure to provide more coverage when that happens. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like, and if you're new, consider subscribing. I upload new videos every single Saturday, every single week. That's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you later.